Hey, what's up guys? This is DarkArmedAlliance, and today I'm going to be showing off my Blue Eyes Chaos Max OTK deck profile. Now this deck just OTKs like crazy, and before I get into it guys, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and join DarkArmedAlliance down in the description below. And thank you guys for watching. So let's get into it. So first off, I'm going to play 3 copies of Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. Now, he is the star of the deck besides Blue Eyes White Dragon himself. With Blue Eyes Chaos Max, when he attacks a defense position monster, you inflict double piercing damage, and he's basically a Beals because he can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So he's really good. Then I play 3 copies of Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. If you have a Blue Eyes in your hand, you can reveal that Blue Eyes and then special summon him to your side of the field. He has to be special summoned that way first, and then you can target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. I believe it's a monster that has to. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls and destroy it, and then he can't attack for the rest of the turn. But big deal, you have a 3K beater. Usually you're going to overlay with him anyways. Then I play, or make way for Blue Eyes Chaos Max. Then I play 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon himself, and you just got to use that original structure deck Kaiba artwork out of the Mega Tins, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you, Konami, for actually doing something right. You use him for your Chaos Max with your, let's see, where was it? It is Advanced Ritual Art. You use him for Advanced Ritual Art because you can send him to your graveyard from your deck to instantly get out of Chaos Max. You have a 2-card Chaos Max out of Advanced Ritual Art and having a Chaos Max in your hand. Then I play 3 copies of Manju of the 10,000 Hand because it searches out your Chaos Max, it searches out your Advanced Ritual Art, and it searches out your Chaos form. So it's essentially like playing 6 Chaos Maxes, 3 or 6 Advanced Ritual Arts, and I only play 2 copies of Chaos Form, so it's like playing 5 copies of Chaos Form. Then I play 2 copies of Max C for consistency, and a lot of decks special summon, even this deck special summons, so again, 2 copies. 2 Effect Veilers, because a lot of the only way you're really going to stop me is either a Storming Mirror Force, a Burying Mirror Force, or a Monster Effect, and so I'm preventing that from happening with this. That's it for the monsters. I know I'm not playing Sage. I'm not playing Stone. What is he thinking? But with Chaos Max, with it being specifically focused around Chaos Max, you really don't need them. And I know I'm going to get, again, a lot of shit in the comments for that, but you just don't need it. You don't for this build. Now, if you're going to play it without Chaos Max, yes, you do need Sage. You do need Ancient Stone of Legend. And I completely agree that they're great cards. But with this build, and with how quick it moves, you just don't have to have them in this build. And that's just personal preference. Now, if you want to play them, by all means, I'll tell you the cards to drop and play them. And speaking of cards to drop, I play 1 copy of Upstart Goblin. That would be 1 card that I would drop to play a Sage. But for draw power, to get Chaos Max out as quickly as possible, I play 1 copy of Upstart Goblin. I'm going to put the cards up here that you can drop if you want to play a more, standard build. Then I play 3 copies of Trade-In because you can discard your Chaos Max. You have 9 targets to discard with it to get out your 2 draws. So you discard either Chaos Max, Blue Eyes White Dragon, or Alternative White, and then you get to draw 2 cards. Then I play 3 copies of Melody of Awakening Dragons. You can add Chaos Max off of this because it's just that great. You discard a card to add 2 dragon monsters that have 3,000 attack or more, or 2,500 or less defense. Then I'm only playing 2 copies of Return of the Dragon Lords because I'm only playing really the 3 Blue Eyes for targets. And again, you can bump that up by dropping maybe Upstart and bump it up if you want to play something like that. But when I've play tested this deck, you really only need 2. Then I'm playing 3 copies of Swords of Concealing Light. What you do is you get Chaos Max out, you activate this, and you proceed to win. Because it flips your opponent's monster down, and then you swing, and it does double damage. So essentially you're swinging with an 8,000 beater that pierces. And so it's really, really good. Then I'm playing 3 copies of Advanced Ritual Art. You send a monster from your deck, that's a normal monster, which is going to be Blue Eyes White Dragon, to your graveyard, and then you special summon out a monster of equal level from your hand that's a ritual monster. So you special summon out Chaos Max off of sending off that Blue Eyes from your deck. So it lets you ritual summon from the deck. Then I play 2 copies of Chaos Form, which Chaos Form is amazing in this deck because it lets you banish a Blue Eyes from graveyard to get that effect off, or to get that ritual summon off. And then I'm playing 2 of my secret tech cards. Alright, now these are the same card. Now I'm going to let you pause the video, and then I'll reveal them, and it's a really interesting tech that I'll explain a little bit later. But here you go. 3, 2, 1. Don't forget to comment down below what it is, but here we go. It is 2 copies of Dragon's Mirror. And before you say it, no, I'm not summoning 5-God Dragon or 5-headed dragon. What I'm special summoning off of this is I'm special summoning off Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, because with this deck I have realized that you send your Blue Eyes to graveyard a lot and then they just sit there. And if you can use Alternative White, because Alternative White counts as a Blue Eyes when it's on the field or in the graveyard, you can banish it with Dragon's Mirror to get a 45 beater that can attack twice or 3 times by sending another Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate from your extra deck. And I didn't really have a lot of monsters I was putting in the extra deck because of Chaos Max is the main focus. So I put 3 of those and threw these in there and was like, hey, that works. What happened? Then I'm playing 2 copies of Floodgate Trap Hole, which you can, again, drop these for the Sage engine. And you can drop Dragon's Mirror if you want to. Floodgate Trap Hole, if your opponent summons a monster, you flip it face down, or monsters. If they pendulum summon 5 monsters, you activate this, it drops them all face down in defense position, which this deck actually is going to help out Ghost Tricks a hell of a lot. You flip them all face down. Once you flip them all face down, they can't be flipped back up. And then I'm going to put these up here because, again, you can drop these if you want to, and you can drop these if you want to play the Sage engine. And then finally, I'm playing 3 copies of Reckless Greed just for the draw power. And if I was going to drop anything else to put in the Sage and, what's it called in here? Sage and Ancient Stone, you could drop these as well. And then that would be about 8 that you could drop, and then play 2 copies of, or play a Master with Eyes of Blue, and the 3 Sage, the 3 Stone, 1, and then 2 Master with Eyes of Blue. That's what I would play if you're going to build something like that. So I'm doing 2 deck profiles in one, guys. But let's get into the extra deck. So first off, I'm playing 2 copies of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. With Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, you can tribute him to special summon a, I believe it's a Light Dragon. Yeah, special summon Light Dragon Synchro monster from your extra deck in defense position, but destroyed during the end phase. Usually you're going to go for Azure Eyes Silver Dragon because it prevents itself from getting blown up, because it makes it so you can't destroy dragon monsters you control, or they can't be destroyed by a card effect for a turn. And his other effect is that monsters cannot be special summoned more than 1 at a time. So he's pretty good. He is pretty good. And then Azure Eyes, you can special summon during your standby phase a monster that is a normal monster. Then I'm playing 1 copy of Clearwing Synchro Dragon, which is pretty easy, or Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, which is pretty easy to go into, because all you have to do is special summon off of the Azure, or not the Azure Eyes, you special summon off the Moonlight by making this, and then you normal summon an Effect Veiler. I know that sounds very scrubby, but it helps. You normal summon off the Effect Veiler, and then synchro them into this, which is pretty nice, actually. I am proxying this because I don't have it, because it's like a $50 card now, and I'm trying to budget this deck. You can drop it if you want to, if you're trying to play a more budget build, but it's pretty good. But that's it for the synchros. For the fusions, I am playing 1 copy of Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. With Twin Burst Dragon, you send 2 Blue Eyes monsters you control that are Blue Eyes White Dragons, which is either Alternative White or a normal Blue Eyes, to the graveyard to special summon this from your extra deck. You don't have to use Polymerization. It can attack twice, and then it can't be destroyed by battle, which is super nice. And if it battles a monster, you can banish it, which is really, really good. If your opponent summons like a Beals or something like that, you can swing into it with this and then banish it. Then I'm playing 3 copies of Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Now, here comes the interesting effect about Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Um, it takes 3 Blue Eyes to fuse him, obviously. And at the end of the damage step, if this is the only face-up monster you control, and it was fusion summoned, it can attack. You can send 1 Blue Eyes fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, and this card can attack once again in a row. You can use this effect of Blue Eyes Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon up to twice. And during your opponent's turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets a Blue Eyes monster you control, you can banish this card from your graveyard to negate the activation if you do destroy it. So if you get this out, you can protect your you can send 2, make Chaos Max if you didn't win off of that, which you really should have won off of 3 4,500 attacks. And then you can make Blue Eyes Chaos Max and then protect Chaos Max off of banishing these if it gets targeted. So, well, you can't even target Blue Eyes Chaos Max. What am I thinking? But you can protect this one off of that. So, that's it for the fusions. For the XYZs, again, I don't go into the extra deck all that much except for him. Then I play 1 Dark Matter because it's Dark Matter and can attack a bunch of times. And it sends your cards to graveyard. If you make Dark Matter, you can send 3 Blue Eyes to graveyard to make this with Dragon's Mirror, if you can have Dragon's Mirror in your hand. So you can combo off of these and have a 4,000 and a 4,500 beater on the field, and it's just crazy big that you get. And then Chaos Max on top of it, it just is huge, huge board. Then I play 1 copy of Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon because it pops a card on the field, and then it lets me go into Dark Matter. So Full Armor Photon's pretty good. Hope Harboring because it negates spells. Cypher Dragon because I can steal my opponent's monsters, which is crazy. If it's an XYZ that I steal, I can rank up into Full Armor or Dark Matter because it makes it called Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon, so I can level up into these, which is usually what I do. I wait on them to make an XYZ, I make this, and then I steal it. Then I play 1 copy of number 62, Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon, because I'm using the mat, and because it's a 4K beater on its own. And then I play 1 copy of Heliopolis for the rounding out the extra deck. Because if you make Heliopolis, you can bombard the board by sending your Blue Eyes from hand and tributing them from hand. And then you just win. You just win off of that because you get Chaos Max, you get him, you swing for 7,000, or you make this off of tributing them. Make him and Neo. And then once you make Neo and him, that's 8,500, and you swing directly and you win. Well, excuse me, 7,500. So, pretty good. Pretty good. So you're only 500 away, so you can just swing. Anyways, guys, this is Dark Armed Duelist. I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. It is a Chaos Max OTK deck that really is very consistent. But I will catch you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe. See you later, guys.